What the business is, what the business is, what the business is.
How about that?
Yeah, man. Stadium music for the occasion. Stadium music for the occasion. For me getting this energy to get in front of this camera and talk to y'all, because...
Man, why you ain't help him up? Shit, I just got back in town, man. How the hell I supposed to know he was gonna be on my
I feel like I gotta act like I gotta get back in town for this, man.
Damn.
Yeah. But nevertheless, stadium music for you. For you being here, you know what I'm saying? Liquor shot. Clear Vision Show. We gonna let that stadium music run again. Liquor shot. Hopefully everybody is good and great. Happy holidays to you and yours. Man. I am recording this in the middle of the holidays. You know, the Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's is always like this. All right, let's get my mind, let's get our minds back to getting to work and getting out of the holiday spirit. I hope y'all done took down them trees. I hope y'all done took down them lights. The Christmas music still playing in the stores. They gonna play it until January 15th. They just as long as you don't play it all the way through Martin Luther King's birthday. Don't do that. All right, don't do that. But nevertheless, I hope y'all had a good time with your friends and family. You got some relaxation. And got all the gifts that you needed. All right. So Mr. Al Pete right here with the mighty MPN Network. Please make sure you go follow the Jones. Go to MrAlP.com as well as MPN-LLC.com for the websites. For all the socials and stuff, Mr. Alpete, MrAlPete, primarily on Threads, Instagram. I have to be on Facebook because that's where the clientele at. And go to MPN Management on Threads and Instagram. And also follow the Groove Suite. Shouts out to the Groove Suite. Ooh. I wish I had that sound effect. Let me see if I got it while I look this up. Let's see. Sorry for the pause, y'all. Do I have the sound effect on here? I need to add this Groove Suite on here, man. I guess I could do it while I'm talking to y'all, huh? Oh, yeah. The computer is wide open. Beautiful. Let's get these things in order. With that being said, the sponsors is MPN Network. Maybe we'll work on that. We'll work on that at some point on for the new year. So, all right, give me 2 seconds. Let me send this over.
Groove Suite.
All right, my apologies, all. We are BYKE for Duval County, back for the world. So let me get this applause going. That is a wrong applause. Jesus Christ. There we go. So, I got my drops. Mm-hmm. Hold on. One more time. The Groove Suite drops, and then my other DJ drops. The one that everybody loves to hear. The Crunch, yep. Actually, let's start the show off like that. All right, so let's talk about where these drops come from, right? This one. So this is the computer generated one. Shout out to the Apple users where you can where you can type and make them say something. So I was trying to make a drop for the Groove Suite many moons ago, and they have I have one that says the podcast joint. So I will play that real quick. Let me see.
You're now checking out the Groove Suite podcast.
Oh, that's an old drop.
Roof Sweet podcast.
So that's the Groove Suite podcast drop that I was using, but then I shortened it just for to make it a drop.
Roof Sweet.
And then I wanted to be all like all nice and sensual. The Groove Suite with that, whatever. So, the yeah part, I think I was just saying this one right here. Yeah. This is the one that everybody clowns me on, or they just when it comes to the drops, they say yeah, they do that. So I think this was just a day that I was making drops and I was saying random stuff, and this is one of them. So yeah. This is my favorite drop right here, y'all. This is my favorite drop. It's like it just got that crunch to it. So, but I'm gonna play this one. It's gonna sound pretty loud, but it comes from the Cubicle Music drop one. Let me see.
Cubicle Music Mondays on 927thebeat.com.
So that's the first drop.
Cubicle Music Mondays on 927thebeat.com.
So these two drops was made when I still do music for the Sound of Duval. My mixes, go check them out every Monday, 9 a.m. noon, 5 p.m., 8 p.m. on the soundduval.com. Shouts out to my man Chill Will. But I was making these drops, so this is the first one. But I wanted to like that whole crunch that so with that being said, I'm shortened that one up to where it was just a straight like regular drop. So it just sounds I think it's dope. It sounds kind of robust. Matter of fact, it's already up. Damn, I'm gonna have to rebrand that. The bird action comes from the neighborhood. So Mr. Peter's neighborhood, the MPN Network, it's all neighboring, that type of thing, right? So the bird, when you hear the bird, it's that. All right. I feel like this mic is definitely in the way of the camera, but whatever. And then this is my man Beckett. May he rest in peace, Dr. Sam Beckett. But I asked him for a drop, and he gave me this.
You are now listening to Cubicle Music. Come on.
Those are the drops. Those are the famous Al Pete drops. So we will go through them again. So when you hear them when I'm DJing, you know where they come from, all right?
Roof Sweet.
Yeah. You are now listening to Cubicle Music. Come on.
Oh, I'm missing one. Hold on. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Let's get into it. To it.
I want to say it's my brother doing Let's Get Into It. I'm missing one. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which one I'm missing?
What's good? What's great, everybody? It's your man, Mr. LP.
That is not it. Damn. The Groove Suite Vibes. Oh. The infamous one. I am tripping so hard. The OG one. Shout out to my homegirl Pooh. I wanted to have a drop. She was the first person to give me this drop, man. Like I was like, yo, send me a drop this and third. And she called my phone and left a message on my phone, and that's what she left. And I put some sound effects to it. All right, so let's run by these one more time. Here we go.
Roof Sweet.
The Groove Suite.
Yeah.
You are now listening to Cubicle Music. Come on.
Let's get into it. To it.
All right. That was a random set that we just did on here, man. But Hope y'all enjoy it and hope y'all understand a little bit more about the drops when you hear the DJ stuff. And I'm gonna be adding them into these drops. You know what I'm saying? Or into this show, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes sense to do. But anyway, let's get into it. Or
Let's get into it. To it.
I know that's kind of corny, y'all, but whatever. Deal with the corniness. Yeah. All right, so this episode, it is the end of the year, 2025. Overall, I hope that 2025 was a great year for some of you guys. These years come with trials and tribulations, and hopefully you were able to get over them. But at the same time, I hope you had times and memorable moments where you enjoyed. So I'm going to share my moments. All of them are professional wrap-ups or whatever. So I have 5 good ones, and then I have 4 bad ones. I try to break it down to where I can give 5 good and 5 bad, but thank goodness I couldn't think of a 5th one. So we good on that, all right? So let's start off with the bad. Might as well get the bad out the way, all right? So check it out. Number one, losing a parent. So I want to hold space. Griffin Young Jr., aka Sonny, my father, passed away this August. May he rest in peace. He is truly missed. Let me tell y'all something. It's been a journey getting used to him being gone. I've lost some people, lost grandparents, friends, classmates, and stuff like that. Never get prepared to, you can be as prepared as possible for when a parent passes away. But when the moment comes, you're still adjusting to it. Now, some people have that, you have your own testimony on how you deal with death and grief and stuff like that. But for me, for the most part, I walked this earth thinking that, we're all going to go at some point. Of course, you don't think that you hope that the day doesn't come quicker than expected. And the preparation for it, it's just been really aggressive to me mentally. And so I just been learning how to deal with that. So I say all that to say that dealing with the loss of my father, I'm still unpacking this stuff. So that sucked tremendously. But I'll explain everything that happened around it. I'll explain it. It's actually 2 of the goods, or honorable mention and a good that happened around it. But I'm tell y'all, man, my losing a parent is not the business at all, man. I just want to pay respects to him. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my family. Shout out to the people that the very few people that probably ask me if I'm okay, or they check on me and stuff like that. It's actually strangers that has been asking that, and it's kind of disappointing, but life is what it is, and I'm just thankful that I'm there for my family, and my family is there for me, and for the capacity that they can do it. But the people that have asked me was I okay was definitely strangers. That is so weird, and being honest with y'all is really kind of stupid. But again, people deal with it how they deal with it. I think people still see me online promoting and doing these parties and stuff like that, thinking that I'm 100% when I'm actually not. But with all that being said, I do have strength in the Lord and in my wisdom and grace that I give myself, and the courage, all those things. So with that was a very, very major blow. Very major blow. So that was a bad thing. That was the first bad thing. So want to hold space again on that. Rest in peace to my father, Griffin Young Jr., aka Sonny. Hope I'm making you happy down here in these streets, man. All right. Number two. I have not talked about this, y'all. I have not talked about this publicly. I have not talked about it publicly, but I know when some people hear it, they're gonna be like, "Why did you even say it?" But I have every right to say it. All right. The overall factor of fly socks and tees this year was great. I'm thankful for the people that came. I'm so thankful. Round of applause, stadium music to the people that came. Like the people that came from far and near, people traveled. The support that I got from my out of towner folks. Shout out to UCG, Square, Crate, Ty, Dom. I appreciate y'all so much. I can't shout out everybody. Gina Nesbitt, shout out to you. I appreciate you so much with Premium Events. Throwback Jams ENT, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate J-Rail, Butter B, Nick Fresh, the DJs, the bar staff, Bottles Up, the production. The production part was laid out. It was great. It was great, man. But the lack of community support and the lack of the support from organizations and brands and I want to say institutions, from organizations and brands that didn't show support eats me up till this day. I'm talking about people who I currently work with. People who I currently work with were not as supportive as I would have liked them to be. Now, I'll throw this thing in as well. Let me see where I'm at. I'll throw this in as well. This year, the first part of the year, I don't know why support was so big in my heart. It was so dear to my heart. And it bothered me for a good 3 months. Like, why are these people supporting me? Why am I not getting this? Why am I not getting that? Shout out to Vistar too. Shoot. Vistar was a sponsor, so shouts out to you, Vistar. But it was bothering me like crazy this first part of the year. But then like to the latter part, I was like, I ain't gonna really trip on that too much. I ain't worried about it. But I've never been the one to worry about attendance and who supports and all that other stuff. But this go around this year, I don't know why it's been so focal. It's been a focal point. And so yeah, I was very, very, very disappointed with that. Very, very. It was disappointing, yes. Embarrassing, definitely. Definitely embarrassing. Because people were like, why so-and-so wasn't supporting? Why I didn't see this person? Da 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 da. And so after the week of Fly Sauce and Teas, I was getting that. And so that was very, very humiliating, y'all. Very humiliating. It was so embarrassing to get that. It was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. So embarrassing, y'all. But you move on. You look at the goods and stuff like that. I named all the goods before I kind of named the bad, right? Regarding the Fly Sauce and Teas. But I can't go a step further without mentioning the fact that I did not like the fact of the lack of community support and the lack from the organizations and the brands that I help through thick and thin, that I help day in, day out, drop myself for them and for that, for them to show little to, not even little, show no support to an event that's very cultural and it's in East Jacksonville, Florida streets. So, yeah. I didn't like that at all, and I feel good by saying that, and we're going to move forward. All right. Number 3, not having leadership mentors when beginning my leadership journey. So I won't get too deep into that as well, but I am a leader of some things, and I've wanted to get some wisdom and understanding and some encouragement and some mentorships from leaders that have been in these positions before or whatever. And just the lack of that has been terrible. So it actually it actually discouraged me a good bit, because I'm like, it would be good to have a mentor when I'm going through this journey. Like, I don't, do I feel like I'm doing this correctly or not, or what, what have you? And for people to have not reached back out after I reached out to them multiple times, and kind of leave me in the wilderness, was very disappointing. So it was like a lot of decisions that I had to make, and I understand those decisions now, and I'm going to stand in them firmly. So that's going to reshape everything for me in 2026 when it comes to being in the leadership position, right? So that was very, very disappointing. Won't go into that particular entities of that, but it definitely makes me think a little bit more. Like, all right, I see what the playing field look like. And I will say this: please make sure when you get into any type of organization, institute, brand, or whatever the case may be, that these people are going to be serving you the way that you need to be served. Like, if it's going to be transactional, then cool. But I'm not a transactional person, so it's not going to benefit me in the long run to be still in these situations. But we'll cross that bridge as it comes. But I definitely felt like I needed some leadership mentors in the building or whatever to kind of guide me through this journey. But man, we got it. We all right. Listen, I'm gonna just be doing, and I'm gonna be doing from the grace of God. I'm gonna let God take the wheel, and I'm not asking for any permissions or forgiveness. I'm not asking for permissions either when it comes to certain stuff. So, all right. Then my last one is not being utilized for projects. So, with that again, I guess I can make that a part A with the what I just mentioned. But being part of certain projects and the expertise that I was solicited for were not utilized like how I wanted to be utilized, because of whether it was egos or there wasn't a clear mission, it wasn't a clear purpose, that type of thing. And that happened a couple times this year, and I was very disappointed about that. But again, same message that I said on 3 or whatever. So I'll just make sure on that. I want to say part of that, I said that I was going to be less accessible. I'm saying that very carefully, because I want to be accessible to the people that matter, and that's going to really like utilize me and not use me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be in a give take type of community related type situation. So I don't want to be one sided. So I don't know, the less accessible part, that I'm gonna have to implement that a little bit more. I feel like I did it this year, but like kind of mold it a little bit and see what that's going to be. So, yep. So those are my top 4 bad things on it. And I know the losing a parent is not necessarily a professional thing, but let me explain. When that happens around things that are like great, these things will shape you correctly. All right. So, and I'll say this, and then we can get into the good. So, my father passed August 5th, which that was a Tuesday. And let me make sure this is citing action. Let me cite real quick. Yes, August 4th, I started my first day as being a professor at Edward Waters University. That's my number one good. I want to mention that. The 5th, the next day, my dad passed away. And then the 6th, I was on a plane to go to NABJ's national conference, where a lot of things transpired on that part. So just imagine that first week of August, all this happening, the good and the bad, and it was stuff leading up to it, but it could have affected my professionalism like crazy. But thank God on that. So with that being said, let's get into the 5 good things. All right. First thing, becoming a professor at Edward Waters University. Stadium music. I am so thankful. Assistant professor of communications. Shouts out to my boss, Dr. Durbin. Oh man. If you're watching this, Dr. Durbin, I appreciate you so much, boss lady. Thank you so much for throwing that, for that alley. I am forever grateful for becoming a professor at HBCU, Edward Waters University. The thought was in my head when I was finishing my master's was like, okay, these are three things that I would like to get into when it comes to my master's well, for me, get my master's. I wanted to stay away from entertainment because I'm in the entertainment world, and the entertainment world is just, I feel like I just need to be a player in that. Now, God might have something else for me for that. But I was like, I kind of want to, maybe nonprofit. I was like, academia definitely seems interesting. Definitely seems interesting. And I want to say the third one might have been like a miscellaneous type of thing. I mean, entrepreneurship, which I'm still in the entrepreneurship world with that. But getting that alley for being a professor at Edward Waters University, stadium music again.
How about that?
Get these lips moisturized, y'all. So I'm thankful. Y'all. More journeys to come on that. Implemented some small things, looking to implement some more things when we go back to school. But I'm teaching the likes of intro to communications. I taught communications theory last semester. I taught public speaking, and then I taught the intro to comm. But this go round, I'm teaching intro to mass media, audio production, intro to comm, and I'm doing public speaking again. I also have a podcast studio that I'm like currently working on to get it built up so the students and the community can kind of utilize it in some form of fashion. But listen, man, I'm thankful. I'm thankful, y'all. Thankful. Listen, be careful what you ask for, and when you ask for it, you better be partially ready for it. That's I would say that partially, and I say partially because you gotta make pay attention to the steps. You might not see the whole staircase, but you see those 2 steps, go for it. And I guarantee you those steps. Another quote came back, and I'm gonna mention this quote, but I want you to add it into the vision check. All right, it says, Square says all the time, the teacher will appear when the student is ready. The teacher will appear when the student is ready. I want y'all to remember that, all right? The teacher will prepare. The teacher will appear when the student is ready. Square used to say that all the time to me last year. I want to say for like 2 years straight. And I understood what he was saying, but this was a scenario. Round of applause again. Number two, the resurgence of the Groove Suite. Oh, man. We finally got a rhythm with the Groove Suite. Or we finally got the rhythm with the Groove Suite. The Groove Suite started back. And I probably need to look, but I don't feel like looking. But I'm gonna say that it started back in April or May. Actually, I ain't finna do that. Let's go on to find out real quick. April 3rd was the first one. April 3rd was the first one back. Bike, the resurgence. Let me even make sure I'm saying the word correctly. I'm just. All right, an increase or revival after a period of little activity, popularity. Yeah, resurgence. That's exactly what it is. The resurgence. I mean, listen, we bike. The Groove Suite is bike. The Groove Suite is bike. Stadium music. One more time. While that is going on, shouts out to Jay Robinson, JR Events / Throwback Jam ENT for helping with the management aspect of it. I truly, truly appreciate her and the team for keeping this thing afloat, bringing the ideas or whatever. Listen, it feels great to be around people that want to see you do good things, and it feels great for me to be able to be of service to help somebody's brand grow as well. So it doesn't feel one sided when it comes to that. Like it's a dream team type of action. And I'm just very thankful for the Groove Suite. Small talk about it, but the Groove Suite, man, I ain't gonna lie, it's my number one baby. Fly Salsa Tees is the baby that's the star football player right there. But the Groove Suite is the baby that know how to play piano, and people look at the person playing the piano and like, oh, they playing 1, 2, 3, 4, but they Beethoven with it. You know what I'm saying? And they really, really, really fluent with it. You know what I'm saying? Like borderline like that. So that's what the Groove Suite is. So I'm so glad that it's back. And while we're saying that, the Groove Suite is going on this Friday, January 2nd, 2026. We starting out the new year. The Groove Suite. Starting out the new year right, man. Go get those tickets at the Groove Suite. I'm sorry. The Groove Suite January eventbrite.com. So make sure you hit up one of the social medias. The link is there. Check it out. We're gonna be playing some of that good stuff, man. That neo soul classic, conscious hip hop, funk, jazz, remixes, flips, and all that things, man. And shouts out to Teezy for being our main DJ as well, with it sharing that space with me. I appreciate you so much, Teezy. Golly, y'all. Y'all please go follow DJ Teezy McGrady. Teezy, turn me up. That's the drop that Teezy has. So shouts out to her. But the researchers of Groove Suite has been a beautiful thing, man. So please make sure if you're in town, check that thing out. Check that thing out and check that thing out, because we be having some fun there, man. All right. So number 3, the MPN Network projects. So the projects that we had, shouts out to MPN Network. Stadium music. I know y'all tired of stadium music, but it's the new year. We gotta be thankful for all the stuff, right? All right. The MPN Network projects, the 2 that we did this year was the Black Music Month project. Shouts out to my man Crate Digger for giving the idea of doing this. But we basically gave like 4 questions, one for each week, and we had different people on the network. Well, people that was on the network, supposedly they were supposed to do. I think one person did it. I don't know, but a lot of other people did it that were off the network that are our neighbors. But they answered the question. They answered the question, and they shared their Black music thing. But I wanted to do this project because I feel like we need to do projects like this for the MPN Network, because the MPN Network, one of the main things that it was built on is music. Like me being a hip hop artist and a DJ and just loving music, understanding it from the theory just to the excitement and the party aspect of it. I'm just a real big music head. And MPN Network, or Mr. Peters's neighborhood, if you will, was built off this music. You know what I'm saying? Like that gave me the cornerstone or the foundation or whatever the case may be. It was built off the music. So instead of just DJing all the time and having these parties or whatever, I want to be able to educate people and bring community to people that love music just like me. So Black Music Month is in June, and I wanted to celebrate it. I always wanted to do something great in June, honoring Black Music Month, and I was able to do it. So it was cool, man. But go check it out. It's on the MPN page, or it's on the YouTube page as well. You can see some of the people mentioning the stuff that they mentioned about. And we asked random questions. Sorry that I don't have them right here in front of me, but it was a good thing, man. It was a good project to have. It was some good participation with the audience, with the people that was following us. They gave their answers as well. I want to say one of the questions was like, what album was you listening to in the 90s or in your high school freshman year or something like that? My apologies on not knowing y'all, but I had to do this when it's fresh. So make sure you go check it out. The links are in the descriptions, and go check it out, man. We did that, and then we did the Thanksgiving, the feast, the neighborhood feast. And shouts out to Crate and my brothers Dominic Lawson, Sean Smith Esquire, and Ty Hicks. 1 for their involvement, and 2 for for the idea of helping me build this up. But Thanksgiving Day, we did a whole day on YouTube of nothing but content, man. Content. I want to take a pause on this because I want to read the people who participated in this endeavor. Okay, actually, hold on, hold up, wait. For my people who we think we saw. Shout out to the singing. The neighborhood feast schedule. All right. Actually, let's see if we could make this. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So shout out to all the people. Let's see. We did the NABJ first, which that was me. I interviewed Lakeisha Elise Williams, National Association of Black Journalists. I am the president of the local chapter here. So we do interviews, Press and Prosperity. Yeah. Go check it out. It's on the YouTube pages. All right. Shout out to Ty Hicks with his R&B and chill. Christina Curates with her mix. Crate Digger did a DJ mix. Oh man, don't give me no plate with sections. I like my music to touch. Shout out to my homegirl Mika. Cinematic Nightmares podcast. It's a dope podcast, horror, action, suspense, but we showed our episode on there. Soup's Kitchen's vibe. He did a curated DJ mix on there. Then we had Mr. Square, Dripping the Black production Beyond the Drip, and then we had Dominic Lawson. He, my man, presented something new. The story they never tell about warfare. Dominic Lawson presents. That man is a magnificent storyteller, man. Crazy. And shouts out to the Q Points, man. How Queensbridge and Marley Marl shaped Black music history. The way that they came on with the show, and they did the whole neighborhood thing and made it in relation to, like, I guess the neighborhood here, and started talking about Queensbridge, hip hop. Go watch it. All these things that I'm mentioning are on my YouTube page, so please go check it out. All right. But shouts out to radio, both sides of the surface. Oh man, he had a good mix as well. We did the Clear Vision show, Principles and Values. It was me. That was an episode that I did with the crew. And then we had Teasy with the Slow Burn. Her mix was very dope. And then we had R&B Mostly with Eric Bellinger. And then last we had the Groove Suite. I did a DJ mix on that. So I am very proud of those projects that we've done this year. Please be on the lookout for more, because they coming. Listen, I got through this one. We gonna do some more. And as a network, I feel like we should be doing these things too, right? Need to be more in tune with the community and the activities that go around the community, making sure that our neighbors and groovers are being highlighted. That's one of our pillars, man. You know what I'm saying? To just to make sure that we on the move, and we on the groove. So and lift people up in power and just be in community. So if you want to, now I recommend you go to MPN Network's page, YouTube page, and it's a playlist and all the shows on there. So take time to watch it. Some great content out here in these streets, y'all. So please go check it out. All right. Let me blow through these because I am just a rambling. Number 4, the Neighborhood Show live taping. Shout out to WJCT for giving me an opportunity to do that in person. There was about a good 75, 80 people that came that night. It was in September. And I did a set, my radio show that I have on WJCT public radio. It comes on every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WJCT.org. But if you're in Jacksonville, you can listen to it on the radio. It's 899, but the show comes on at 8 o'clock every Saturday. And I provide some dope soul, neo soul, hip hop, funk, jazz, and all that. But we had the opportunity to do it live, and it was beautiful. It was good for me to be like in that creative bag. So I put an hour list together. I put a list together of songs, and I played them live, and it was a live taping. And it was good, man. Just the support there was great, man. It was just really, really, really good, man. Really good. Now is that online? It need to be online. Darn. I don't know. Be on the lookout for the next Neighborhood Live. And also I got some ideas DJ wise where I want to like do a tour. And like present myself in that mode. I've been telling people for a minute that I want to present myself in that mode. Like I kind of want to like not just DJ. I want to be able to like to present myself music wise. Think about when you go to a museum and you're looking at some art or looking at a sculpture or looking at something, right? Or an exhibit. Like I want to be that sculpture, that exhibit or whatever, but I want people to sit down and have the orchestra like feel it, that feel to it. And that's what happened. And chef's kiss. Beautiful, man. So be on the lookout for the next one, but that was a great time. I will hold that dear to my heart. And then the last one that I have, work traveling. So I got an honorable mention. My honorable mention is me going to NABJ National Convention. That's what I went to the day after my dad passed. So I flew to Cleveland. And Cleveland is a beautiful city. The downtown is beautiful. Especially, it was in like August. August in Jacksonville is scorching hot. August in Cleveland, it was good. Good weather. But I went up there. While I was up there, I met Roland Martin, one of my mentors, indirect mentors. So that was a highlight like crazy. I needed that moment at that time. Like, I needed that moment. And I feel like the Lord gave me that moment. And I thank you so much, Lord, for that. But the work traveling part, like I did a lot of traveling this year. A lot of traveling. I stayed on that road and on that plane for sure. I did my due diligence to like Orlando, St. Augustine to do some work, DJ work, but I extended that to Atlanta and to Cleveland and to Baltimore and to Richmond. Went with the Cleveland was the NABJ. Went to Baltimore with the Afros and Audio podcast festival, where I DJ'd as well. Richmond, I went up there for a festival, which that was great too. And I just been traveling, y'all. I just been traveling like crazy, and I'm so thankful to be able to have these opportunities to travel from a work standpoint. Got a little bit of chill in there. Got to be able to eat and shop and all that type of stuff. It was cool, but to work, you know what I'm saying, as Mr. LP, MPN, and that type of stuff, it was a beautiful thing, man. It was a beautiful thing, and I'm looking forward to traveling some more in 2026 for some work action. Getting myself out there a little bit more has been great. So more on that to come. I'll be explaining all that. I'll be vlogging as much as I can, so you'll be able to see the things that I'm doing. So yeah, those are my top 5 good. So round of applause for those excellent good things. Yeah, man. All right, we had the section. Let's get into it. This section is brought to you by MPN Network. Until somebody wants to sponsor. Vision check. All right, so I want to leave y'all with some quotes. I found 2 quotes last week that I thought were very prolific. And I guess we can end this, this 2025 off with these quotes, right? Socrates, strong minds discuss ideals, average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people. Yeah, man. But read it again. Strong minds discuss ideals, average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people. When I first read this, I was like, thank God I always think about ideas, because that quote, the latter of the quote, hey, it ain't talking about me. No. So, yeah, man. I mean, nothing wrong with talking about all three or whatever, because when you're thinking about ideals, you need to talk about how these things are going to manifest, who the people are going to be involved, where is this going to be held, located. I understand that completely, but if you're always talking about people and you know what the people are talking about people I'm talking about, that's a problem. All right. Strong minds discuss ideals, average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people, from the philosopher Socrates. All right. And then the last one that I have, life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. This is by Jeff Bezos. Life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. Listen, people, you know if you're resourceful or not. You know if you let me get type of person. Find the nature to be able to give to people. Stop being such a burden in a situation. Stop being an inconvenience to people. All right. Learn to be resourceful. Find if you working with a firefighter or whatever, learn how to give them water. If you need to, if you're a writer, have pens on you so you can be able to get a pen to somebody. I don't know, and I'm just kind of throwing ridiculous stuff out there, but y'all get the point. We can't just not be resourceful to people. You got to be resourceful, whether it's encouraging words or an item, something. We have to be resourceful. We are in the days and the times where community is very, very, very important. And you can't come into these communities wanting things and not being able to give it back. You need to be resourceful in some form or fashion way. Be able to recommend a book. Be able to recommend a Bible verse. Something. But let's be resourceful, people. We have to be more resourceful in this day and age. We have to. We have to. You got to have something positive for something. Say, hey, you got a good shirt. That's a good resource to have, to be able to give compliments, to be able to love someone, to be able to add to a project. They're not going to be involved with people that aren't resourceful. Be resourceful. You go into the office and it's a bad day, go in there with some donuts. Go in there with something, some candy bars or something like that. Go in there with a good influential word, be resourceful, okay? Life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. And the life's too short part definitely hits me. You know what I'm saying? From the situation, losing my dad, man, thinking about time and whatever. And I'm just really conscious of my time now and my energy and the knowledge. I spend a lot of hours researching and studying. I'm talking about day in and day out to try to be as perfect as possible with all the things that I do, and to get around people that aren't resourceful, that can't even say good morning before we start talking, or be able to give me a lead way on something. I know where my heart at, so I ain't worried about getting anything back. I just know how to protect my heart. So yeah. If y'all pick up what I'm throwing out, y'all already know what the business is. So, yep. All right. I'm done, man. Clear Visions podcast, man. No. Well, if you're listening to that, because this would be an audio for sure. Yeah. Clear Vision show. I want to say, and I'm going to wrap this up. I want to say at the beginning of the year, I stated that I was going to be better with this. And I feel like I did good. Because I did a video about 2 years ago, and I said I was going to do it every month. Didn't even do it. But this year, I feel like I did a great job. So, stadium music to myself.
How about that?
So we're gonna try to keep that tempo going for 2026. But if you've watched this, if you shared it, or if you're following or whatever, thank you so much. I appreciate you rocking with me individually and collectively. Collectively meaning the MPN Network, whether that's Fly Socks and Tees, the Cruise Suite, the Neighbor's Way. That's an honorable mention too. The Neighbor's Way. I was doing those really good in 2014. Kind of fell off in 2015 or not 2014. 2024, but 2025 we did a couple of them. But I want to give shouts out to the Neighbor's Way on that too. So make sure y'all go follow that. We got more interviews coming up. I have an interview next week, so we're gonna kick that Neighbor's Way joint back up. Anybody that listens to WJCT, the Neighborhood Show, anything that you have supported me on in 2025, I thank you so much. More is coming. Okay. And I want y'all to be blessed. I want y'all to be encouraged. I want y'all to be thankful. Show a lot of gratitude to yourselves and to others. It's really a great way to navigate this world. All right. So thank you so much. All right. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's. Be good to yourselves and be good to others. And follow all the things. I will see you in 2026. All right. Be good, y'all. To the top.